Hey, welcome to the AYS podcast. I'm Mr. Bean, your host, and today we're going to be talking about the importance of organizing your workspace, your life, your time, all that good stuff. The first thing we're going to take a look at is the benefits that organization has for you. One benefit, huge benefit, that organization has is it saves time. Organizing your documents will save you time in locating them later. Whether, it's a filing cabinet, or a Google Drive, or files on your computer. Whatever you have, you want it to be as organized as possible. When there's no clutter, it's so easy to find. You know exactly where your stuff is and exactly where it's going every single time. And it's important that you put it back in the spot when you're done and don't just leave it out, because then what's organized? Organization, to some extent, also encourages creativity. When there's no mess in front of you, you can create. You can write your podcast script without worrying about the 16-inch stack of paper sat in front of your monitor. You can create your videos. You can make your Discord server. You can even advertise much better, trust me, when your desk is clean. Organization provides a certain order in your life and in your space and in your time. When you start by organizing one thing, you begin to see that having everything organized makes organizing your time so much better, because when you have all of your coffee cups throughout your entire house, and you just want a cup of coffee, getting a clean coffee cup becomes much bigger of a task than you originally thought it was going to be. But if you make sure that you bring your coffee cup down to the kitchen and clean it when you're done, or stick it in the dishwasher and have them all in one place, or a cabinet, on the counter, wherever you keep your coffee, you can walk down the stairs in the morning, go into your kitchen, grab yourself a cup of coffee, and start being productive. When there is organization, everybody benefits. Now, talking about why organization is important is not going to help you organize any of your stuff. Trust me, talking doesn't get a lot done. How do we organize our space? The first thing I do is I take a look at my space. What's there? Is it a desk full of pop cans that you haven't thrown away yet? And all you need to do is throw those cans away and bam, clean desk? Or is it a little deeper than that? Is it full of homework assignments, cups? Do you have pencils and pens and Christmas ornaments from last year that you never put away? You could have so much stuff in this space. You need to know what's there that needs organizing. Otherwise, how are you going to organize it? Where are you? Are you in your kitchen? Are you in your room? That is all very important, because organizing your bedroom is not going to be like organizing your kitchen. The second step is sorting your stuff. Everybody has junk, garbage, toys, that one picture you drew in 4th grade that you haven't thrown away yet. Decide what needs to go. Now, of course, there is stuff you want to keep, like that one AYS pin you got last year, or those free socks that you got. You want to keep those things. You have spare cords, you have your keyboard, your monitor, your refrigerator. You want to keep all those things. Decide what needs to stay. Now, some stuff you want to keep, but you don't want to keep in the space. Put those things in a separate pile too. Say you have a coffee cup in your bedroom. You don't want that staying there. You don't have a dishwasher in your bedroom, but you do have a dishwasher in your kitchen. So make a pile for stuff that goes in the kitchen. Why do you have a couch cushion in your bed? I don't know, but it needs to go in a pile of stuff that goes into the room with the couch in it. Now begin. It's time to start the reorganization, the sorting. Lay everything out in its categories. Take that bag of junk and throw it in the garbage. We don't even need to talk about the junk. All the stuff that's not staying in your space can also go. Your pile of stuff that goes to the kitchen, your pile of couch cushions you left in your bed, those can all go to where they need to go. And now you're left with the stuff that stays. You have, say you're cleaning your desk, you have a notebook. your keyboard, your mic, your monitor, your computer, pencils, pens. You want to take all that stuff and find a permanent home. Of course, I know you're going to want to rearrange your desk, but organizing something once is not going to help you. You want to keep it organized. So make sure your notebooks have a space, your spare papers have a space, your pencils have a jar that they can go in and not just anywhere on the desk. Give that desk a nice wipe down before you put all the stuff on it. It's going to help you out a lot. And now you're done. Your desk is organized. You can go on to the next room. Or, if you want that cup of coffee, you can go down into your kitchen and be like, hey, there's a clean cup there. And I know where the stuff to make coffee is. Look at that. It's because you organized. Organizing your space isn't quite the same as organizing your time, however. You can't lay out your schedule and put them all in a pencil jar. That's not going to work. You want to start big. Organize your month. What do you have going on this month? You might have a doctor's appointment, a concert, or a play that you're going to next weekend. Write that stuff down. Do you have a day off of work? Write that down. You don't want to forget your day off of work. Trust me. I don't want to forget my day off of work. Christmas is coming up. Make sure that's on the calendar. If you don't know what day Christmas is on, you're not going to be able to show up to your aunt's house and eat all the cookies. Now that you have all the big stuff out of the way, let's take our month and split it into 4. You've got 4 weeks in a month, sometimes more, sometimes less, but you get the point. And take a look at the week you're on right now. What do you have going on tomorrow that needs attention? Do you have to go to work early? Write down what time you have to go to work tomorrow. Do you get out of work a little bit early too because you went in earlier tomorrow morning? Write that down too. You don't want to forget that. Do you have to go out on a date tomorrow? Because, no, I can't really say that, can I? Do you have to go out to dinner with your family tomorrow? Write that down. You don't want to forget. What do you have going on next week? That doctor's appointment that you wrote down? Write down what time you have to go. Do you have to follow up that doctor's appointment? Maybe you have to go again. Once you go to that doctor's appointment, make sure to write down your follow-up appointment right after that. Now let's get down to the nitty-gritty. We are getting down to business. Your month is set. Your week is set. You know when you're going to work tomorrow because you have to go early, but you also get out early. Organize your day. A to-do list will work. You have a list of 4 things that have to get done today. Put them in order. What time do you get home for the day? If you get home, let's say 3:30. Take a half-hour break because breaks are important, but that's for another show. Start work at 4. Say you want to organize your desk. Take from 4 to 5 to organize your desk. 5 to 5:30, take another break because organizing is tiring. 5:30 to 6, do those dishes because I know you need to do your dishes now. 6 o'clock to 7:30, go out to dinner. Do you have a dinner to go out to? I know you do because we talked about that earlier, didn't we? Go out to dinner. Get home around 8 o'clock because, you have to drive to 8 o'clock. To 9 o'clock, there's your relaxation time. That's where you're going to watch TV, read a book. And now it's 9 o'clock, and it's getting kind of late. But you still have to advertise your Discord server. Go ahead, join it. Discord.gg/promote. Advertise your server. And then go to bed because you'll have to wake up early for work tomorrow. Wow, look, it's tomorrow. What do you have going on today? I know you have paper for your to-do list. What are you going to write down? What time are you going to go to work today? What time are you coming home? When's your lunch break? It all needs to be written down. Now, organizing your Discord server is a little bit different than organizing your time and organizing your space. So I brought in a professional. I brought in the CEO of AYS. Everybody, welcome Rory to the podcast. So, Rory, how do you organize your staff applications?
Well, there are many different ways. There's actually a DMA article, so that's the Discord Moderation Academy article on how to hire staff, organize them. There's three main methods of hiring staff. You can have applications, so that's where you have your Google form or whatever program you use. There's lots of application bots on Discord that you can use to hire staff, and users can apply in the app instead of having to go to Google Forms. The second way is through a role. So if you have leveling roles, for example, then if you just reach a certain level where you can reach out and ask them if they want to join the staff team because they obviously trust that level. And the final way is voting. So voting is not all that common, but it is common in community-based servers, or they have that sort of community sense rather than staff team sense. So how voting works is essentially people apply, and then the owner would then like the staff team or the members all combined will vote on who they want the next staff members to be. So those are really the main three ways you can hire staff members. The way you organize them essentially, you can just we use we use I think it's called Google's Google Code Editor or something like that. Essentially, it lets us uh, create custom code for our Google Form. So when the form's met, we can have a custom trigger that sends it to Discord to then whoever's responsible for that area can see the um, application in a channel from a webhook, and they can react accordingly to if they want to hire them or not, and if they meet the requirements. We've also developed custom applications so we can check that they meet all the requirements automatically, and we can contact them with automation to make things a lot easier. So that's essentially how you organize your staff applications.
That is pure genius. Now, how do you manage your time? How do you organize that?
Uh, I wrote an article about this a while ago actually. I put it in the email newsletter. Um, Time management, I guess it really boils down to how much stuff you really have to do. Uh, it used to be quite an issue for me because I was a full time student while also full time running iOS. So it was quite a challenge to fit it all in. Um, Personally, I use Google Calendar to like schedule out everything. So I have time blocks when I do it different sorts of tasks. So I have to do this, which I use for like everything I need to do. Then I use Google Calendar so I can schedule in those different things. So I have like an AOS block, and then I've got an AOS category to do this. I'll do those things in that time. Then it might come down to like personal tasks, so things I got to do around the house or something, and then I'll do those tasks. Um, I really like the calendar as well because it syncs in. If people need my help or need to book in advance, I can see when I'm available. So I use Calendly because we have a lot of enterprise customers who want to have Zoom meetings and things like that. So that's how I book those meetings. So it really does help because then you can also see a week at an overview as well. I can pull all my social events, everything out, so that I don't have to remember any of it. I can just look at the calendar and be like, yep, this is what's happening today. It makes things a lot easier. But now it's pretty fun because I don't actually have school anymore. I've finished, so um, time is not too much of an issue. But I'm also taking on other things as well. So yeah, time management as well as I know people procrastinate a lot. Just gotta get on with it, as they say. Um, People offer a lot of online, I guess, paid online guides and stuff. But at the end of the day, you don't really need any of it. You just need to push through it and get it done. Um, so yeah, that's really my time management strategy.
That is very interesting. Now, I know a lot of people work for multiple different servers. How would you suggest they organize all that stuff?
Well, back when I was like I think 14 or 15, I think it was 14. I worked for so many servers and it was a disaster. I just like applied everywhere and I yeah didn't go down very well. Um, then I finally quit because I was focused on Outways full time. Uh, it really depends on how big the servers are and how like alive. I don't want to say alive, but like how busy they are, I should say. Um, Generally in a small server, there's not as much motivation to do, but in a larger server there is. So you really want to focus where you're really needed. 'Cause you don't want to be moderating some server that's got one person talking in chat. Um, and you don't really want to be working for too many servers as well because then you're just gonna end up annoying everyone because you're not doing anything. Um, I remember like a lot of people they have other commitments as well, so you won't be spending your whole life just moderating Discord servers. I mean, I'm one to talk, but like, yeah. So I think talk to your other or your managers or the owners of the servers, see what works for them, see how much time you're really asked to dedicate. Because a lot of servers, you become more and there's not really much of a requirement, but um, yeah, it really just comes down to how busy a server is, and from that you need to determine how much time you really need to spend on that specific server.
Now, you mentioned you work for AYS full time. How do you knit in time for your Discord job with other real life things?
Well, Discord is very much real life, I must say. It provides a nice income. Um, yeah, so essentially just time blocking again. I usually work like from like 8:30 until lunch, and then like one or then like 1 to 2 or something, and then I usually go on with something else. Maybe like I do a lot of like online learning, such as marketing and advertising, that sort of stuff, honing my skills. Um, then usually just after that I chill. But the thing is, like at the same time, I'm always looking at Discord, even when I'm not working. So um, yeah, it's really about being proactive if you use a calendar. Scheduling other stuff. Don't always you know be sitting around doing work because you're just gonna end up burning yourself out, which I've done many times before. Um, so yeah, as well as on the holidays and stuff, it's really important that you actually take a break. You just go. You know, People may think oh, it's a fun activity, it's a holiday activity, but at the same time, it's really easy to overwork yourself. And here at AOS, we when we have like holidays and stuff, we take time off. Um, and a lot of businesses do as well, so you should just follow in those footsteps. So yeah, it's really scheduling your time, making sure you don't overload yourself. Also giving tasks to other people. That also does help with managing your time.
That is all the questions I have for you for this episode. Thank you for joining us.
No problem.
Thanks for tuning in to the AYS podcast. Of course, you can find us at discord.gg.promote. For a direct link to the Discord, you can find our website at ays.gg. If you want to buy our merch, shop.ays.gg. Anything you need to know is on the website or in the Discord. Feel free to send our AYS support a message if you have any questions.